Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Who-Bangin Sports Talk on Point NHL Saturday, December 14th. It's a big NHL card today. We figured we'd take a look at it, see if we could bring some knowledge and some bets to check out on some early games, by the way. So see if we get some bets going, see if we agree or not on some plays. I got my friend Josh Point from Canada coming in and giving us his NHL expertise. And before we do that, of course, we got to always go to the sponsors first. All Pro Moving Group, our sponsor, who's been got on board with the Who-Bangin Sports Talk, and we couldn't be happier. So we got to welcome. Hey, it's Dom Rici here. And for someone who's been in the moving business for over 35 years, I know how stressful it can be. You call All Pro Moving Group, the interstate moving specialist. They're fully licensed and insured, and they can help you out with every facet of your moving. Their number is 817-893-2233, and they gave us a special code for the Who-Bangin Sports Talk customers, and that's All Pro Nick 1 for $500 off any move. That's right. That's it. All Pro Moving. So that's our guys sponsoring it, and there's some good guys. Interstate movers from state to state, anywhere across the country, cars, apartments, offices, warehouses, you name it, they can do it. So give those guys a call. And if you didn't see, I'll put that banner up again in a minute. That's All Pro Nick 1, and there's $500 off a move. Okay, let's get to action and make some money. And here's Josh Point. Oh. Or should I be saying Josh Point 0? What should I be saying, really?
Oh,
there you go.
Oh, yeah. What's up, everybody? How's everyone doing today?
Hey, good morning, Josh. Okay. How you doing? There you go. That was me. That was me. Yeah, how you doing, brother? Everything good?
Good, man. Yeah, excellent. Excellent. Big card today.
Yeah, I was glad to see it. College football, of course, there's only that game today. And then we got a bunch of bowl games next week and stuff. So I figured it would be a good time to have our little on-point NHL show. You know, there was no really other football shows and other YouTube shows on today. So give it a shot and hit some games. There's some great games. I was very interested in a bunch of games on this card. I haven't pulled the trigger yet on any, but I intend to do it pretty soon. What I did do was take, speaking of football, what I did do was take Army plus 10.5, a little half unit play. And I took talking a little bit in the chat and seeing Jimmy going back and forth with it. I took the over 40. It was 40.5. I bought the half point. So that's what I took today. It's something to watch after in between hockey and stuff. So I don't know if you're on anything with that game.
No, I was just looking at that. The thing that stood out to me the most was the total, the 40.5. I know there's been some bad weather, but I might take a little shot there on the over. What's your thoughts on that on the total?
Yeah, I took it. Like I said, I took it. So I thought the 40 was too little. And like I said, we were going back and forth with Jimmy on our little chat there, and there he is now in the chat. So Jim, did you take the over? Let us know. Be interested to know if, what you did.
There he is.
Yeah. So anyhow, let's get us back in. Let's get into hockey. Let us start right off the bat. The first game on, 1:00, we got two big games. I mean, one real big game. Buffalo Sabres at the New York Islanders. So let's just start off with the big one right off the bat. Buffalo's at the New York Islanders, Nassau Coliseum, right? Now, Islanders are starting to put a little bit together at Nassau, which I kind of dismissed a few weeks ago, saying maybe that was last year's thing. But no, what's it, 7 in a row or something like that?
Yeah, 7 in a row at Nassau.
Yeah. What do you think about that, this game?
I was just reading that Nick Leddy's been downgraded to out. That's confirmed. Now the Islanders at home have just been playing lights out. They're what's that? Sorry, they're 7-0 at Nassau, and the under's gone. They're 8-2 to the under in their last 10. That might be a look for me today. That under. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I kind of like the under 6 in that game. The Islanders have been playing better and better defense. I know Buffalo's been scoring. I know that, but the Islanders have been, locking teams down. And I just have a feeling. I know both of us have been pretty much back in Buffalo a lot over the last week or two. We've hit some good underdog spots on Buffalo, and they have been playing great. I'm kind of thinking that how can they keep on playing this good? I just think they would maybe let down today in the Islanders. 1:00 game, Nassau Coliseum. I'll tell you, when you're there, that place is little, it's small, and it just shakes. It's just amazing. It really does. So I don't know. I just think the Islanders have I hate the line for the Islanders, and I hate to take the puck line because of the way Buffalo has been playing. Yeah. So I really lean to the under in that game. Man.
Yeah, that's a tough one. There's some value with what's that? Buffalo plus 150. I don't know. The Islanders are just playing too good at home. I don't think I have enough faith in Buffalo it'll be a good test for them though if they can pull that off. Wow. I mean, what are they? 4-2 in their last 6. Islanders are playing good too. They're 5-2 in their last 7. I think I'm gonna ride the under with you on that one. 5.5 minus 115.
You say I have 6.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, I took it just as we were talking, and my bookie was 6 still, so at minus 115. But yeah, I took the Islanders. I took that under. I almost feel like the Sabres are going to have a letdown today, and I'm it's hard for me not to take this puck line. The more and more I think about it, I just think the Islanders are going to come out firing today, and I think it looks like a 4-1 game, a 3-1 game, something like that. Time I look at it, I'll tell you, the Islanders have been feasting on teams from the Atlantic Division this year. That's the thing. They just beat Tampa Bay in the division, right? And they are
in Florida.
They're 10-1-0 when they're facing teams from the same division. And the Buffalo Sabres haven't had a great record in New York, so I guess we'll see what happens. I'm definitely on the under 6, so that's definitely a play for me, an official pick.
They're coming back from little 3-game road trip. I went out to Dallas and down to Florida. They played Tampa and Florida. They won both those games. That was pretty impressive. 5-1, 3-1.
Yeah.
Now they're back home. Got Buffalo at 1:00. Yeah. I don't see any other way than going with that under.
Yeah, so that'll be an official play. I guess we'll see what happens. That game's going to kick off within an hour or so. So Jimmy did answer the question, and he did put $100 on the over 40.5. I guess. Yeah, I guess it's 40.
The Army game.
Yeah, the Army game. Yes, that's what we were asking him before. So another 1:00 game. Let me go pick up the pace there. We have a lot of games. Another game at 1:00 is the Blue Jackets versus Ottawa. The Blue Jackets, I always have a little soft spot because I'm one of the few Ranger fans that like Pinarella. I love his kick-ass, I don't give a shit style. And even though he can't beat the Rangers to save their lives, you see a Ranger Columbus game, take the Rangers. They beat them all the time. But Columbus has been playing a little bit better lately. Their defense has been a little bit better. This is another game that I was kind of leaning on the under 6 in this game. But I didn't have any strong really looks on it. But Columbus hasn't been bad. They pulled out a nice little dog pick last week. I think that was against the Penguins, or I got to look it up.
Washington.
That was it. Yeah, that was a good win. I kind of lean towards the Blue Jackets at a plus price, but I do like the under in that game also.
Yeah, two teams that are just not playing very good right now. Columbus does have Ottawa's number though. Lately, they're 5 in a row and 7 of the last 10. Problem is, Columbus is 1-6 on the road in their last 7 games, and
that's what leads me to the under in that game. Yeah. That kind of reason. Both teams in their last 10 have been 3-6 to the under. They both have exact same records: 3-6-1. Last 10 under and over, both of them. And 9 Ottawa is 8-5 at home, and like you said, on the road, the Blue Jackets are 4-6-3. So they had a couple of games that they could have maybe won that they didn't. That's interesting to give them.
Ottawa's gone over 4 of their last 5. They're not playing very good though. 2-7 straight up in their last 9.
Yeah.
I wanted to take Columbus because they seem to have Ottawa's number lately, but they're not playing very good on the road.
No, but I mean, then again,
I'd have a small lean towards Columbus.
Yeah,
think about it. We got a little bit of time left before that game starts. But,
that's funny. Another game, of course, that I'm interested in is the Ranger game.
Yeah.
They play out in Anaheim. The Rangers have been playing above my expectations for sure.
Yeah.
I talked about that they were a young team. They're a quick team. They're starting to buy into. I love that coach. I think Quinn's a great coach. He's just when you hear him talk, if you ever get a chance, listen to one of his press conferences or an interview with him. He's just a hockey, hard-nosed, New York, East Coast type, Boston type, hard-nosed type of guy. He's a great guy to listen to. And I think there's a young team, of course, with a couple of veterans on the team, and they've been playing well. I think Lundqvist, all of a sudden, I took him on a couple unders last week and hit with him. I think he's looking over his shoulder because Gorbiev is playing like a number 1 goalie really this year. He's really come on from last year. And I think, Lundqvist might be looking over his shoulder. He's put in a couple good performances. What I can tell you is that Quinn believes in riding the hot goalie. If you win, you're playing the next time out. He does that with Gorbiev, and he's doing that with Lundqvist. He's won his last 2 games. He's held both teams down to 3 goals in each game. I lost with the under last time out with the Rangers. Didn't expect them to score 6 goals, but they been playing well. And they're a price today, and at a plus price, it's hard to not bet the Rangers today. It's tough to not. Yeah. What's your feelings on that game?
Well, here's another spot where the Rangers have had Anaheim's number. They're 8-2 straight up in the last 10 games. I think the over-under is 5.5, and the total has gone under in 9 of Rangers' last 10 games. Anaheim's had a bunch of low-scoring games lately too. I think that's a good bet at even money, 5.5 to the under in that game. And
right.
And also, like you said, I got a small lean towards the Rangers as well. They've won 2 of their last 3 out west there.
Yeah. They went out there. So they went out there and won. Did they win both last? They won the last 2 games.
Give me a sec. I just had it. But they lost one the other night, didn't they? They beat Vegas. They lost to LA, didn't they?
No, they beat Vegas, right? And they beat no, they lost. I thought they might have lost that 3-1 game. I believe maybe that was it. Yeah, I wasn't looking. I didn't have that sheet open, but
there it is.
Yeah, 3-1 game. Yeah, get to Hurricanes. But I had the under in that game, and again, that was a game I expected them to be flattened. I didn't take the Rangers that night, but they played a good game against Vegas, and like you say, man, listen. We got to ride them now hot. I don't know how long it's going to last. We'll see, but for sure the Rangers are playing well. The Banajan is I love watching him play. Like I said, Lundqvist is in the net, and we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so the Rangers are definitely a lead. I'll probably make it an official pick, without a doubt, before the end of the.
I'm gonna make the under 5.5 at plus 100 even money. I'm gonna make that official.
That's great. That's a good pick. That is a good pick. Another game that I'm interested in. I think maybe we'll hit like 5 to 6 games. What other games are you looking at?
The one that I'm most interested in tonight is the Boston Bruins, Florida Panthers. Boston's down in Florida. They've lost 5 in a row. I'm looking for them to stop the bleeding tonight. You're getting good value. What is it? Minus 115 right now for Boston. I'm going to take them to stop the bleeding tonight, and they're a good team. They're a veteran group of guys. They'll turn this around. They've had their little losing streak, so what? Let's turn it around and get the show on the road here. Yeah, and we watched the Panthers lose to the Islanders a couple nights ago, right? Yeah. They're a good team, the Panthers and stuff, but I mean,
Boston's on a losing streak. That's all. It's not like they're a bad team all of a sudden.
Right.
Yeah. With that, and what line do you have on them?
-115 for Boston.
Yeah, I got you. I mean, I would say definitely if you're going to be on Boston, it's probably to take them now.
Yep.
I would think that. Yeah, I would think that line can only go up. I don't think it could do anything but that. One of the other games that I'm interested on is, what I've been doing this year. I did it last year too, and to some success. That's a tough one to say. So I've been sticking with a lot of the same teams. 2 years ago, I really started concentrating more on the New York teams and picking like 5 or 6 teams that I just been, not only New York teams, but 5 or 6 teams that I like to keep on following. And the Dallas Stars is one of them. That's a team that I got on last year. Not just betting with them, tailing and going against them, but that's an interesting team to me. They're always like a good bet. There's always something that you could do it. Now tonight they haven't been playing that great now. Dallas, all this, they were playing good for a while, and then they had that little lull that we talked about last week, and then they fired their coach, which so I thought was kind of sudden. I know something happened.
Yeah, something happened behind the scenes. I didn't
some
even
kind of media thing, right? I heard something was said, or something. I don't know what happened, but I'm about to try to look into that. But anyhow, yes. So
Boston, or sorry, not Boston, Dallas. They've been kind of a little bit streaky. They'll go 3 or 4.
Yes.
Have a few bad games, and then they'll turn it around. Have a few good games. But lately,
right.
They've won what? Oh no, sorry, they lost, and they're 3-0-1 in their last 4. They lost to Vegas last night in overtime. I had the over in that game too. That was.
I had the over also in that game.
Did you? Yeah, 5.5.
I had the over in that game, which I lost, and then I had the 5.5. Yes, and I also had the puck line though, which was even money for the Avs, which I thought was a pretty easy pick. There was only even money, and I don't like really taking puck lines for even money. But there's only 2 games on the card last night. If it was a card like this, I probably wouldn't have took the bet.
Yeah,
but I like the over. I thought that over was going to hit with that Golden Knights game. I was going to push the Golden Knights and to win, and I backed off for some reason. But I did like that over. I thought the over was going to hit easily.
That was the only bet I was on last night was that.
Yeah,
over.
There was only the 2 games anyhow.
Yeah, small card. Stay away.
Yeah, and I did take a rare NBA bet. It was like my 4th bet of the season. The Pelicans +8.
I heard you talking about that.
Yeah, I was talking about. What happened with that was just weird. I was listening to the radio in the car, and they were talking about how the Pelicans were +500, and then they were getting bet down all day. And so I went home just to take a look. Even though I don't like to bet basketball, doesn't mean I won't bet something if I think it's some kind of good spot that we could jump on. So I looked at on my book, it was +300, not +500. But I called one of my friends who has an offshore account. He said, yeah, his was +350. And so I'm like, why is that line dropping like that? So it was kind of making me think to take it. And then I went on the chat talking about it, and I seen Jimmy on the Pelicans +8. So I'm like, well, wait a minute now. There's got to be something to. They were talking about it because the 76ers the night before had an emotional win, and maybe they weren't going to be up for the game, that kind of thing. That was the reasoning behind the initial thing that made me think about it. So I just put a half a unit on the +8. I didn't take +300. A friend Joey Work was like, his exact quote was, "Pelicans can't get out of their own way. Take +8." So after that comment, I couldn't justify putting anything on the +300. But we won the game, though. That was the most important thing. We won the bet.
That's good.
So yeah, my 4 NBA bets, I'm 3-1. I stick. Last year I bet 10 NBA games. Oh yeah, exactly. I know, right? That's funny.
Anyhow, good cappers.
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, go ahead.
That Stars game, the Stars Nashville game. I was kind of leaning to the Stars a little bit. I think they might just come out and after last night and play a tough game, but I know it was a travel, and I was my real lean was to the under 5.5. I don't know what you thought about that. The Dallas Stars game.
Yeah, I'm just
It's just
looking
something I
at
was.
that now.
Yeah.
That's a pricey. Minus 140, 5.5. Sorry, the under's minus 140 in that. Yeah, I mean, Khudobin's in that too. Their backup, not Ben Bishop.
And he's been playing so well.
I wouldn't touch that.
So well,
not at minus 140. I wouldn't. I'm not going to play that much.
You're seeing the under? Isn't the line minus 140, not the total, right?
Oh, the total. The total.
Oh, I didn't see that at all.
Unless I'm mistaken.
Yeah, I mean, I know I have Nashville listed as minus 150 for the game. No, you could if that's the case, then I would never take that.
It is. It's minus 140. I'm not going to touch it.
Yeah, I didn't even go on my book to look at that line. I was just like mulling over that game. So we're just going to throw that game right out. What's another game that you were interested in tonight? You got Boston, Florida. That you said. How about the Capitals? Capitals, Tampa Bay. That'll be
a great game.
That's a good game.
Yeah, I think
the Capitals have been playing well, of course, like always. You know how the Capitals do. And Tampa Bay, I thought I did go with Tampa Bay against the Islanders when the Islanders beat the other night. I didn't. I thought maybe the Islanders' road woes were going to keep up, but they didn't. And Tampa Bay didn't look too good in that game.
Tampa Bay's been a tough team this year. I've been thinking they're going to get it going and put together a nice little streak. They're coming off a couple good wins. They beat Boston the other night. They beat Florida the night before, I think, a couple nights before.
Yes.
And there's some value in Washington though, even though they're on the road. What are they getting there? Sorry, 1 second.
Man, I'll tell you, Washington they're 14-2-1 away, 18-15 against the spread, 21-12 to the under and over, which is interesting. They're just always a tough team, man. 23-5, unbelievable. Tampa Bay, I mean, they're 16-11 this year, but 13-17 against the spread, so that's not so great. And 17-12 for the under and over. So the trends lead to the over in that game. But the Capitals, you have what the Capitals puck line is in front of you?
The alternate puck line.
No, not the alternate, just the puck line.
Both. Plus, you mean? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to my guy too.
The puck line is plus 1.5 is minus 210 for Washington.
God.
But the alternate puck line is plus.
Right.
If you go the other way, take Washington by 2. I don't really love that. I think it'll be a tight game. But it's plus 335. I don't think that's a spot for it.
I don't.
You know what? I'm going to make that official. I'm going to take Washington plus 110 right now. They've been playing. They're getting a bit of money there, a bit of plus money. They've been playing really good. They've won, 5 out of 6. They lost to Columbus the other night. That was kind of just a...
Yeah, that was just kind of a fluke thing. That happens. You can't look too much into certain games like that, without a doubt. Do you take regulation games? You really take that bet?
To win in regulation?
Yeah.
No, just money line. No, not really.
Yeah,
there is some good value in that, though.
Without a doubt. But I just never really look into that much and see that,
No. My big thing this year has just been finding value with underdogs. There's been tons of value out there. The dogs winning. You can find good value in the alternate puck line, like we just talked about.
You've been hitting some good ones. Yeah,
I have, and I've been coming out ahead. Like I said the other night, it's a tough bet. I did lose a few, but in the long run, if you consistently bet it, you can come out on the plus side there.
Yeah,
and, I don't like it. It makes sense, but I don't really like it in that Washington Tampa game. That's going to be a tight game.
That's going to be a tight game. Opinion. Yeah, Tampa Bay have to step it up a little bit. They haven't been, like we said, they haven't been playing up to their potential, and that could be a tough game. Like you said, Washington had that little loss the other night, and maybe that just might be going through something. So That should be a tough one. Another game that I had my eye on is the Flyers and the Wild. That's an interesting game, right?
I
That's
like
an
that
interesting
too.
game.
Yeah.
The Flyers have been a pretty good underdog recently. Also, I thought you had one of those alternate puck lines with the Flyers about a week or so ago. I think I remember.
Yeah, that's right. I did.
Yeah, I like
This is another good game.
What do you think about this?
Two teams that have been playing really well lately. The Flyers. Sorry, one sec. What's that line there? All over the place here. Yeah, the Flyers just getting even money. You know what? I think there's good value with Minnesota there at minus 120. Not too big of a.
Minnesota's been playing well. Minnesota's been playing real well. I mean, their puck line is plus 205. That's a big one. But I like the Minnesota Wild. That's another team last year that I thought was going to really go further than they did. But at the second part of the year last year, they were a good bet. And the Wild's a good team. But the Flyers scared me a little bit. I would definitely wouldn't go with the puck line. I was kind of leaning over to 5.5 in that game. And if I had to take a pick on the side, I would definitely go with the Wild at the minus 120. But I was kind of leaning over in that game.
Yeah, like
that was another one that was kind of in my vision there to take, but which I haven't yet. So that's an interesting game, man. What'd you think about that? Do you have any thoughts on that game?
Now that we're talking about it, no, not really, to be honest. It should be a good game, but like you said, that over 5.5 is juicy. Konechny's out, though. He got hurt for on Philly the other night. He's out with concussion.
Yeah. But that's something I'm definitely going to take a look at and dive into a little bit more. Are there any other games that you're on today?
As of now, no. But there's one more game I wanted to look at.
And that's
the team that threw me off the other night was the Detroit Red Wings, and against Winnipeg in that second half of the home and home.
Right.
I thought Winnipeg puck line was easy money there, but how many times have we said that before?
Right. So
it's easy money.
So the Canadians puck line, they're even at their puck line is even minus 1.5 is what were your thoughts on that?
Even money. Is that right? Even.
That's what I have. Minus 1.5 is even. Montreal Canadiens. What were your thoughts on that game?
The over in that game. I wanted to.
Yeah.
What is it?
6? I have over 6 at minus 120. That's what I have. Yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting look. The Red Wings are just such a weird team. And the Canadians are another team that just go up and down.
Yeah. Well, Detroit's, they came alive the other night. Finally broke that 12-game losing streak. They've been giving up a lot of goals there. This is pretty much like an AHL team. Yeah, I think I'm going to go on that over tonight. Montreal and Detroit.
Yeah, that's a good look. Yeah, that's definitely a good look. I know I was laughing because our buddy Prince of the City, always words of wisdom is fade Philly, always. Words to live by. Fade anything Phillies always. I'll tell you, they're going to be a tough fade this year in baseball, where they're starting to shape up. They're spending money like it's water in Philadelphia, and they made some big moves in baseball. They're going to be tricky. As a Met fan, I wasn't too thrilled with taking some of the players I would have took, but I think they overpaid for Zach Wheeler, that's for sure. But they have Girardi, they got Didi Gregorius, which I thought the Mets should have grabbed Didi 100%, but they didn't, as usual. But I digress. Another game I'm on tonight is the Coyotes. I'm on the puck line plus 120. I'm just going against the Devils again, just like last night. They didn't play well in Colorado. Now they travel to
Arizona.
To Arizona, to the Coyotes, and I tell you, I like that game, and definitely on it. Yeah, without a doubt. You have any thoughts of that?
Yeah, New Jersey's 6-1 in their last 7 games.
Yeah, I can't see them playing good out there.
I think there's some changes coming. They kept Hall out of the game last night.
Right.
That of course, that's caused a big stir. Everyone thinking that he's getting traded or something. That hasn't happened yet.
Right.
But I think there's some changes coming very soon. If they lose this game tonight, they've got a few days off. They don't play again until Wednesday. So there's a few days for them to make some big adjustments.
Right.
So
I noticed that
they've been the biggest disappointment for me this year. They had a good off season, at least on paper, made some big moves, and I give them credit for trying, but it hasn't worked out for them. So more moves are coming for New Jersey. They got to decide which way they're going. There's still some time left, but I think they're going to have to pack it in soon.
Yeah, we talked about New Jersey a lot on Jimmy's show, and at the beginning of the year, I know a bunch of us thought the same thing you did about the Devils. We thought they were going to have a decent showing at the beginning of the year, and they just seem to not have done it yet. Guess they're going to just be ripping up that team and starting fresh. Don't know what else they could do right now. I was worried the Rangers might have to do that, and it seems like what they did last year is paying off. But it's not the same way across the river in New Jersey. That's for sure.
I think if I remember correctly, Jimmy was I think he sprinkled a bit on them to win some future bets with New Jersey, which at the time I liked. I thought that was a great idea. It was
of course
a great decision, but hasn't worked out, unfortunately. But
I agree.
Yeah, there's still time. They can turn it around, but they're going to have to get going immediately. And last year the St. Louis Blues, they were dead last in January, and they turned it around, right? So you can never really count a team out now that has happened last year.
Right. I see in the chat, Justin Grant in the chat.
I saw he's making some picks there.
Yeah, Toronto, and the Caps.
No, okay.
He says Toronto and Washington or maybe the other teams that win outright, in my opinion. Oh, there you go. Oh, I didn't see all that. So he likes Ottawa. He likes the Rangers. He likes Calgary. He likes the Flyers. He likes the Bruins. He likes Vancouver, which was a game I wanted to touch on, and Toronto and Washington. Toronto, that team is another one. Now, your team up there, they changed coaches. They started winning. I remember Ian Cameron was talking about how he expected them to have a nice little surge after they changed coaches, and they did do that. But it seems like it hasn't been, maintaining. That's for sure.
Yeah, coming off a loss to Calgary the other night. This is a spot. I got a small lean to the over in this game. It's 6.5. Anderson's in net for the Leafs, and he seems to be showing signs of fatigue, in my opinion, because we don't have a backup goalie. Hutchinson is just not capable of playing that spot. But the problem is we're so cap strapped, we can't even afford to get ourselves a backup goalie. It would have to be a money in, money out move with equal money going each way. Like I said, Anderson seems to be showing signs that he's tired, and I'm gonna go. I gotta lean to the over. I don't know if I can take the Edmonton. There's good value in Edmonton too, plus money at home, but I'm gonna leave it at a lean to the over in that game.
Okay, cool. That's cool. We're trying to figure out something in the chat where that our boy Justin that posted those picks. We can't figure out how because no one else could see those picks, and for some reason it was in a different color on the StreamYard thing. So it was weird. Sometimes this chat is weird. I'll type something in, and it'll come up as Who-Bangin Sports, or I'll type it in and it'll come up as I'm under Big Ragu, or come under DJs. I don't know why sometimes. And because they're not in here tonight, it's coming up under my name. And that's never has. Every time I type something in, it comes I typed in. I was as confused as you
I
did,
see
and it
that.
came up as Who-Bangin Sports Talk. So, and then it comes up again under my name. So who the hell knows?
There must be another
Um,
chat going on
but I'll go
somewhere.
over those picks again, Jim, because Jim mentioned where that dude's picks. So I'll go over them again just so we have them. He didn't post no lines, but it's our boy Justin Grant, and you gotta let us know where he's from and where he found us, and we'll try to get him in the fold here. But he's on Ottawa, he's on the Rangers, he's on Calgary, the Flyers, the Bruins, Vancouver, Toronto, and Washington. I'm assuming all money lines. He don't specify. Some of those are some pricey games, but that's what he's on. Man. So there he is. It's all good. Thanks for your input, guys. He said. Did you see that, Jim? Him writing that? Oh, he's from
Justin, you're from
Toronto. He's up
Toronto.
with you guys.
Toronto
Okay.
boy.
So that's our boy Josh here is from Toronto.
Let us know in the chat, man. How'd you get associated with everybody?
You found us on YouTube, or let us know where you found us on YouTube or Twitter. We're on Periscope.
I
We're
like
on
your picks too, by the way,
a
buddy.
couple of different things. So that's good. Yeah, we appreciate the picks, though. That's for sure. And I'll tell you, if you're on Twitter, I'm at Dom DOM 541, and you could follow me on Twitter, and I will hook you up to all the guys that we're all hooked up with if you're interested. And Josh will give you his Twitter, and we love to have you in the fold, man. We always need another NHL capper, right?
Yeah, for sure. The last game of the night there was Vancouver San Jose. Something you wanted to talk about?
Yes, yeah. Let's touch on that game before we get going. We'll put out the picks we have.
That Dell is in net for San Jose.
Yes.
I guess they got to try something. They haven't. Haven't having any luck lately.
Yeah, you got a good point there. Vancouver, they're a decent team. They win some games. They sometimes they're a good underdog team too. But
excuse me.
I really didn't have a look on that game. I know, like I said, our boy Justin picked Vancouver. What's your thoughts on that game?
Well,
did you look at it at all?
Yeah. San Jose has had Vancouver's number. They're 7-2-1 the last 10 games.
Yes.
But they're not playing very good right now. And I kind of want to take Vancouver at plus money.
They're a good, like I mentioned before, they're a good underdog team. I have San Jose listed at minus 125. And it opened at minus 110, which I'm a little surprised they took that kind of money. As far as the goalies are concerned, I think Markstrom is a better goalie than Dell.
Yeah.
I mean, he has a better percentage. Right? Yeah, Dell's in net. Vancouver is 8-8 on the road. I mean, that's not terrible. And San Jose is 9-8 at home. So there's no real, a trend there. And, like I said, Vancouver at plus money is a definite look. That's a good look by Justin. I really didn't get that far. And hey, what's up, Paco? I really didn't get that far. But, yeah, Canucks are 11-5. And, that's a bullshit stat. I hate those stats. They are 3-7 their last 10 versus the Western Conference, which I always I kind of like with those trends. How certain teams don't play well with certain conferences, or don't play well, or do play well in their division. Like the Islanders, they play really well in their division.
Yeah,
it's that always interests me. That stat,
For me, we've got some time with that San Jose game. That's the later game. It's just one of those spots where San Jose owns Vancouver, and Vancouver going on the road to play in San Jose. I never want to cost anybody money, but I think that's a good spot to back San Jose tonight.
Yeah, the head-to-head trends are not good. In the last 15 meetings, the favorite is 12-3. The Canucks, like you said, are 1-7 in their last 8 meetings in San Jose. Yep. They're 9-27 their last 36 meetings overall. The home team is 8-3 the last 11 in the meeting. So yeah, the under is 6-2 in the last 8 meetings in San Jose, which is interesting. And the under is 42-20 in the Canucks' last 63 as a road underdog. That's an interesting stat right there.
The only thing that scares me is Dell being in net.
That's exactly right.
Like I said,
sometimes I look at team totals in situations like this. Like I look at, I don't think the Canucks could win, but I would look at sometimes on a team total, and you get a little, So that's sometimes in hockey, I like taking a team total in a situation where I'm not really sure if I should take that underdog, but I'll take them as a team total, which I didn't look at yet though.
Paco Healy's saying, I feel like San Jose got to get right after looking that bad. Could be a good spot for the Sharks. I agree.
Paco agrees. Yeah. And the line isn't really too crazy, so that's a good look. So that's something like you said that we could take a look at.
Paco, are you on YouTube?
Go ahead.
Jimmy's having a problem again with the chat. Paco, are you on YouTube, buddy? I know Jimmy is, right?
Yeah, Jimmy is. I mean, everybody usually gets us on. Is on that. I would think the YouTube thing. Who knows? I'll have to check into how this. If it's something maybe that I can correct. Or
that's too bad. I know everybody's want to hear what Jimmy's got to say, and now Jimmy's saying he can't see anyone in the chat.
Oh, okay. But Jimmy, if you could put down if you have any, I can see you. I can see you and what you're with your typing. So if you have, before we get out of here, if you have any picks that you want to put in the chat, I will see them and I'll just tell everybody what they are. If you have any, we'll be off a few more minutes. So there's a couple good, like I said, a couple good games. I want to look at some team totals too today. But I'm definitely going to be on I took the Islanders under 6, and I did see that it is 5.5 now. But money has been coming up on that. That's for sure. Hey Noli, how you doing, buddy? What's going on? If you're on any NHL picks or anything today you want to put in the chat, I'll be glad to. If you have a good basketball game or something, let us know. But yeah, what is he saying? This he's making me feel dudes are blocking me. No, I don't think no one we know would be blocking you, Paco. If they are, they're gonna have to deal with us. Okay, that's
Jimmy
for sure.
He was on Periscope.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Jimmy was on Periscope. That's cool. They're little by little. We're on different things and stuff. We're trying to do some different things with Who-Bangin. So hopefully we'll be on some more different streams and stuff coming up soon. We have a couple things in the works, which has been going good. It's been fun doing the Who-Bangin thing with Big Ragu and DJ and Wham and Noli. It's been fun. Josh is part of the team now. Fat Fist comes in and he's doing his UFC. We had fun doing a UFC show the other night. And there was
tonight.
Yeah, we did a little a show on that for tonight's card, and we're gonna maybe try to do something again later. I think Jimmy mentioned that they're gonna do the live thing with Jay and those two tonight with the UFC, so that should be cool. If I get a hold of Fat Fist, maybe before that comes on, we'll do a little something, or at least put out his picks. He gave me some picks the other night on the show, but he was waiting for some weigh-ins, and some guys were making their weigh-ins. Yeah. Well, all right, that's right. The Aldo.
That'll be.
So he said he made the weight. Aldo.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah.
So that would mean that's probably a good bet, right?
I was talking with Fat Fist the other day, and he said if Jose Aldo makes weight, which it was looking like he did, then it's worth a sprinkle. There's some value with him. I don't have it in front of me. I think it was plus 170 the other day. Yeah, it
was something like that. Right, You're right. I mean, he was saying to wait too. He was saying to wait because of that reason. So I'm not sure what it was, but yeah, without a doubt. I know, and we didn't see. I know we didn't get a chance this week to see the other kids. The kid Clint, Anamaric, and Clint, and those guys. Those guys to see what their picks were. I know there's a little YouTube SBR problem with communication and whatever crap this week. So we missed out on some of that stuff. So I was glad Fat Fist was able to come on. At least we get some UFC stuff out this week. That was cool, Like I always say, we're all together in this. So we're all in different venues doing different things. But and what started is we're all together in the long run. So that's what matters most. But that UFC fight should be pretty cool tonight. It's something I'm going to actually keep my eye on, which I've been getting more and more into it lately since everybody else is. You can't beat them, join them, I always say.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That should be a good event tonight. It's too bad Fat Fist. I was hoping to see him in the chat here, but I think he's busy working. So
he has some work to do. He says he'll be back later. We'll put it out on Twitter. And
anyone in the chat, if you have any looks tonight with UFC, let's hear them.
Yeah, that's for sure. I was going to look right now to see what some kind of odds were that we have over here. But as far as the NHL, just so we'll just wrap that up first, and we'll see if anybody posts anything. Then we'll get out of here. My official picks: I am on the under 6 in the under game. I'm on the puck line in the Coyotes game, and I'm leaning on that over in the Philadelphia Flyer game. How about you?
Yeah.
You have any official?
Yeah.
You had anything yet?
I said I was, and I guess it didn't go through. That was the range. Was that the Rangers? Plus 110.
Right.
Washington also plus 110. The Islanders under 5.5. That's minus 120.
Right.
I don't think I'm going to stay away from Columbus, Ottawa. I don't like that.
Yeah, I stayed away
for me. The over 5.5 in the Philly Wild game is going to be a lean, but we got some. I'm going to look into that a bit more. I don't know about that game yet. Also, the over 6 in Detroit and Montreal.
That was the one. I knew there was another one. I couldn't remember which one it was myself. So that's cool. All right, I'll have to keep an eye on those bets. That's the wrong fight. That's the UFC 246. I can't believe that Conor McGregor is actually fighting again. What a joke. That guy's a joke. So for tonight for the UFC, how come I don't even have Aldo listed anymore? That's weird, man. That's weird. But
yeah, he's plus 162.
I don't know why Mike Adams took them off the fucking board. Just they sometimes when you're dealing with a local, you never know what their weird shit they're doing. So
I'm really looking forward to the women's match, Amanda Nunes.
Yes. Yeah, I know our boy Fastest said he parlayed a lot of different things all week long with Nunes, so that should be a interesting look. This kid Covington Usman, that's the big fight, right?
Right.
Usman at what, minus 190?
Yeah.
That's what the thing is with me with the UFC. There's always these big and same in boxing. There's always these big like lines on these underdogs, and it's just. Last week I went to that boxing match. Charlo was minus 4,000.
Wow, really?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's and the other guy was plus 2,800. Hogan. It almost makes you say, I should just put $50, $30, something on it just for the hell of it, you know. But that's you do those $30, keep on adding up all these years.
They do add up.
Keep on doing that crazy shit. Meanwhile, Charlo almost knocked the guy the first knockdown, he sent them on a backward tumble almost through the ropes, and then 2 rounds later, he finished them off. So it was
that was on TV.
On
I was looking to see your guy Titus Williams. I was waiting, but as soon as that Charlo Hogan match was over, then it went out there, and you were saying he got pushed back. So
they're gonna do it on the replay.
So he fought after.
They had 3 fights. After, what they do, man? They line up all the new guys. They have them there ready to go in case there's some short fights. in case they had like 6 legitimate like title bouts or unification type bouts going on. So if any of those ran short, they could always throw one of these kids in, and they do a card. They started at 5:30 in the afternoon, and the Showtime broadcast started at 9 p.m. So they had a bunch of fights scheduled. I mean, we watched maybe 12, 13 fights.
Wow.
But my boy was supposed to be on at one of the first or second fights. Then they pushed him up into the range of the broadcast where if something went short, they would put his fight on. And so, of course, they went for that. They were like, oh, blah, 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 So they started him. They stopped him. That didn't work out. So then they were going to put him on after the broadcast, and he came on as the last fight at 1:45 in the morning. It was ridiculous. Yeah, it was ridiculous. Yeah. And what happened was he warmed up. He got his gloves on and off 3 times. The third time is when he fought. Wow. He warmed up a couple times. It was brutal. And he's a 22-year-old kid. Not used to that. I guess that's the fight game. And when they're up and coming, that's part of the deal. I'm sure the same in the UFC. I'm sure they have a bunch of kids, newcomers, ready like for tonight, ready to go in case a couple fights, go too quick. Yeah. You never know what's going to happen.
So is he okay?
He was fine. He had TKO in the 5th round. He got a little shaken up for the day, and then I seen his who's my friend, his strength and conditioning coach, a couple of days ago. He said, "The kid's fine. He's back to work." I told him just to rest it up, and that's the kind of stuff that makes you a better fighter. And he did fight. He fought a legitimate a guy who's 14-0, and he fought a good fight. Man, this kid came out on fire. Didn't matter what time of night it was. This kid was ready to rock and roll. Now I don't know if this kid, if his plans were that he just knew he was going to fight late, and I don't think the same thing happened to him where they started and stopped him 3 times. But anyhow, that's what happens. That's the fight game for sure. But he'll be back, and my boy has a couple more fighters, so we're gonna have a couple fighters on the shows, and that should be good. What we're gonna do Monday night is have a lighted up show. Hopefully, I have a tentative confirmation from Nutflush Allen to join me, and we're trying to work on our buddy Al Mack, but we'll see what happens with that. And DJ's going to come on, and we're going to talk about, what we all talk about maybe behind the scenes or think about and stuff. And I'm just going to start getting into topics. It might ruffle some feathers. Some people might not like it, but we're really, we're transparent, we're truthful, and we're not going to say anything that isn't truth. So what we're going to talk about is the pros and cons of pay services to start, paying for picks, having somebody, that you go to that you're paying every month or every week or per pick to make your plays. It's a subject that a few years ago, honestly, I was dead against. And I never saw one reason why you would do that. And over the couple of years that I met some of the guys that actually do it the right way and that are honest, and I should have been so stubborn about the situation, but I still think that it's far and few in between. But we'll talk about that on Monday. And we'll also touch on we all follow people, we all follow certain picks, and why do people follow certain people? What are they looking for in following them? What are they looking for in a pay service if they are paying? And that's the kind of thing we're gonna get into. I have a lot of thoughts on the subject. I know a few other people have, and so it should be good. So that's gonna be lighted up Monday night, 9:00. Hope that everybody joins in, and we'll get it going. We're trying little by little to touch on some things. We touched on cheating in sports. We're gonna touch on about fixing games and all that kind of stuff. And I'm even getting pushed to start doing reviews on all these guys on YouTube that are putting out picks, all the time. And let's see who's really good at it or not, but that'll be the future date. Talk about roughly some feathers. I see Noli was saying that the Dallas under he was leaning, and I was talking about that game too. Noli, that's definitely a lean for me. That Dallas under. By the way, Dallas starts today. I think it was 5.5 that game. Yeah. But anyhow, so that's what's going on next week. The week before Christmas, we will have all our shows will be on, and Thursday, Jimmy will be back on doing his thing. And I'm sure we'll catch everybody between Facebook Live and YouTube and Periscope and Twitter. We're starting to all get around. So we know where to find us. We're always tweeting something out and telling us where everybody is. So let's wrap this up, Josh. It was great having you again, man.
Thanks for having me.
Let us know where you are on Twitter.
I'm at Razor's Edge 14 on Twitter. Everybody, hope let's enjoy the games today. There's a huge card in hockey, and enjoy the UFC tonight. It should be fun.
Yeah, that should be fun, man.
I'm a fan. I'll be throwing out some degenerate special bets on there, just some small. I'll be watching, so I wanna know on the action. But I'm just a fan, really.
Yeah, I'm always interested in maybe like a parlay or something like that with some of those fighters. So, with all those big lines, it'd be nice to throw.
Thanks, Bucko.
So that'd be good. All right, man, Josh. Good seeing you, man. And I will see you later. All right, man.
Take care, guys.
Yeah, that's Josh Point, man. Josh, a great guy. Like doing the NHL. We just like doing it, as we're capping games on the air. I know sometimes it gets slow, or sometimes we're just, but we're just trying to cap on the air, see if we can come up with some stuff. I love going over games with Josh. I do it in private a lot, and he's a great resource to have, and just like all of us, man, just part of the team, and love having him. So shout out to all the people in chat, and thank you guys for coming in, and Noli and Paco and Jimmy and everybody that joined today. We kind of did this on the fly. So, Major Tom, ground control to Major Tom. I know about that. Thanks for coming in. And we had some picks given out in the chat. So, Justin Grant came out with a bunch of picks, a new trip from Toronto. So that's great. Prince of the City. Anyhow, thanks, guys, for joining in. I'll stop rambling. I'll get out of here. Join me Monday night, 9 o'clock, to light it up. And see you at the window. Thank you.